Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the August 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. Also, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. But that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So think last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at August. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But let's take a look here, taking a look at summary cards. So what's wrapping up and coming to a close? We have the card Surface. So Surface is about letting things bounce off of you. It's about being resilient. Imagine having a bubble around yourself, Aquarius, and only the good comes in and everything else, again, just rolls off of the surface. So really good card to have. Good job protecting yourself here. Let's see what cards we have, though. Nice spread of cards here. At the very top, we have the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is a card of friendship, celebration, circle of support. So likely been very well supported by your friends and family in these recent weeks. And there definitely could have been something you're celebrating. Some really positive cards in a row here. So definitely celebration worthy. Our next card is the Sun. In terms of good cards in the deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success, really all things wonderful and positive. You see that with the Sun card. So lots of happiness, lots of success, potentially some celebration in there for you. And in addition to that celebration and success, it does look like it's been financially good as well with our 9 of Pentacles. This is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. So definitely could be new job, promotion, pay raise, something of that fashion, but something worth celebrating, and very happy again. The first clarifying card we have is the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is a card of moving on. So you see this person picking up their swords and moving on to something better. There's usually some sort of theft, betrayal, dishonesty that essentially propels us forward onto something better. So this is you picking up your swords, you're moving on to this new thing. The next card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. Really nice pairing of the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune here. For those of you who watch my for those of you that have watched my videos before, you know that the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of good luck, good fortune. It's very much so a card of a turning point. It's a really turning point to happiness, and definitely money as well seems to be coming your way, Aquarius. Then at the bottom we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very, very bold card. It's a powerful card. It's a charming card. And this is you and your presence, but in the best possible way, Aquarius. So this is your ability to lead. This is your position of power, your position of charm, your position of courage. So really nice last few weeks or month for you. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general, what's coming for August. We have the card Fortitude. Fortitude can be an indicator of obstacles or challenges, but this is more so about overcoming things. And with Fortitude, Fortitude tells you that these aren't obstacles, they're more like annoyances. So think about overcoming and not giving much attention to the things that don't go as planned, aren't exactly what you want them to be. This is kind of like, meh, shrug it off type energy. Don't let anything bring you down going into August here, Aquarius. Don't let anything bring you down. Let's see though what cards we've got coming through here. Look at those nice side-by-side King of Wands. But to start with, here we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having many burdens. Definitely August is going to be a busy month for you, Aquarius. There's no way around it, so just be prepared to be busy. It is going to be a stressful time as well. But again, this is about not letting the little things bring you down. Again, make sure you keep fortitude top of mind. So even though you've got a lot going on and it's going to be pretty stressful, keep your head up. Don't let yourself get to this burnt out, stress or exhausted position. The next card we have, Aquarius, is our Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, if you take a look at this card, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly here. With the Knight of Swords, this indicates a fast-paced lifestyle change. So definitely there's going to be some sort of change coming for you. The nice thing about this, and I'm not saying this is the only change, but this change does seem to shift this stress, exhaustion, burden too. So it's like you just have to push a little bit further to hit this point of where it changes. Again, the change is bigger than just not being stressed or exhausted, but they do pair together. Then at the bottom, we again have that King of Wands. This is continuing to echo this position of power, this position of leadership you're in, this position of charm and courage. Again, you're just positioned so well right now, Aquarius. Thanks to you, of course, too. This is you being you. Let's clarify. I guess you can have both of those. Starting off with our Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork, collaboration, craftsmanship. One of the things I want to say is don't let your quality of work, or even broader, quality of a life, Aquarius, don't get burnt out. Don't let it affect either your quality of life, your quality of work. This is also a good card for collaboration. If you're feeling like you're needing help or you're needing support because you have too many burdens or you're stressed or you're exhausted, the Three of Pentacles is a good card of saying it's okay to ask for help and you'll have that support there as well. These two wanted to come out together, so we'll take a look at them both. The first one there is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of apathy, feeling unfulfilled. If you look at that person's face, they're just kind of like meh, sitting under the tree. The other meaning of this card is surprise gifts. So if you look at this fourth cup coming in here, whatever this change is with the Knight of Swords, it's truly going to be a gift. And it's going to move you away from that position of feeling that lack of fulfillment, that feeling of apathy. Then the other card that dropped out here is our Ten of Cups. Again, for those of you who've watched my readings before, you know I love the Ten of Cups. It is my favorite card in the entire deck. It is the card of everything wonderful. This is the card of family, contentment, total love, and support. There's a happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, there's water running, there's a house in the background. We have this nice full rainbow. So again, this Knight of Swords, this change is taking you to this position of bliss, of happiness, contentment, all of those wonderful, loving things. It's kind of cool. You have both my favorite cards side by side there. Then the next card we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. I feel like at some point you just weren't so confident in you, Aquarius, but again, this is really you stepping into your power here with these King of Wands cards in a really wonderful, positive way. So now moving on, we're going to take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, anything that you associate with money. We're kind of going uphill here. Sorry, this isn't the straightest reading. It's a little crooked on the mat. But kicking off here, this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very traditional, conventional card. It's a card of conformity. I'm not really sure what direction I want to take this for you, Aquarius. Sometimes when I see this card, it's like you just keep doing what you're doing, but other times it's like, no, you need to shake up what you're doing. So we're going to clarify this. But again, very much so a card of tradition, conformity, doing that usual. The next card we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of being very gossipy, being very curious. This is prying eyes. This is looking for truth. When I see this card, I always tell people to stay heads down, avoid the gossip, avoid the drama, avoid the water cooler talk. Just kind of stay above the fray, stay above any of that gossip as much as you can. It doesn't really pertain to you. It's not something you really need to be involved in. So kind of just leave the chatter to the side. And then at the bottom here, we have the World card. The World card is the last card in the Major Arcana. It's a card of completing a goal or lesson. It's quite literally the world coming full circle here. This could also be a card of travel, so some of you could be traveling for work, but this is an indicator. Maybe you're moving into a new job, starting a new project. There appears to be something coming to an end, and when we have an ending, we have something new, which is always exciting. But let's clarify and see what other messages I can give you here. The first card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is going to be very much so kind of keeping your head down and just keep grinding it out with the Hierophant. It's continuing to do that usual thing that you're doing. It's that very traditional, very conventional type work. It's very much so kind of that conformity type energy. But anyways, the Knight of Pentacles is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. So again, my advice there is to keep heads down, keep working hard, keep pushing forward, even if it feels a little mundane or a little repetitive. Stay patient, stay reliable, stay hardworking there. The next card that we have is the Magician. The Magician is a good card no matter where we have it in the reading as well. This is very much so about focused creativity. It's about turning your visions into reality. It's very inspired action. And I feel like whatever this chatter or this gossip or this drama is, it's just taking away from something else that you should be working on with the Magician. So again, I would stay out of the good, juicy gossip. Just leave it alone and stay focused. It's like this is pulling attention away from something else that you should be focusing on, Aquarius. Now we have the Hermit at the very bottom. The Hermit is about going within for clarity. So you see this light on the card. This is the light that's within you, Aquarius. Whatever this next thing is that's starting, because again, we have the World here, which indicates an ending, which means there's going to be a new beginning. Make sure this new beginning feels good. Like, if you have the option between two projects, which one are you passionate about? If you're starting a new job, make sure this job aligns with where you want to go. Just make sure that we are aligned and on our personal quest there with the Hermit. Now we're going to take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children, anything of that sort. Let me move some of these cards out of the way here. So our first card is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of reflection. So this is looking back, thinking back, assessing things that have happened. This can also be a card of reunions. You could be getting reconnected to a family member, friend, or loved one, Aquarius. Very much so a card of reunions. The next card that we have is the Emperor. The Emperor is, first and foremost, a very good parenting card. If you are hoping to get pregnant or looking for fertility, the Emperor is a good indicator for you. This could also just be a confirmation or a stamp, though, that you're doing a great job. You're being a great parent. You're doing wonderful things for your children. So again, very much so a card of good parenting. The Emperor is also a card of respect, leadership, and strategic planning. I like to see the Emperor in the relationship column because there's nothing better than respectful relationships, whether it's family, friends, loved ones. So good card to have in the love column. This is also an indicator of something long-term. When we talk about strategic planning, this is things lasting for a long time. So whether you're in an existing relationship or entering into a new relationship, this could signify some length, some time spent together, a nice, long, healthy relationship. At the bottom here, we have the Tower card. This is really a Tower moment. This is some sort of unwanted change, something not working out the way we expected it to. With the Tower, I always tell people it's like you plan for A, B, C, and D, E, F happens. The nice thing about the Tower card is it's something that has to happen, and it does take us to the right place, even though it may not have been exactly what we wanted. So we'll see if we can clarify any more information on that unwanted change. But let's see what we've got here. The first card we have is the Queen of Swords. I do want to point out here you have all clarifying sword cards. Swords are air signs, and it's very intellectual type energy. But going back to this Queen of Swords, this is another card of being self-sufficient, being very honest. I feel like, again, some of you need this reflection. It's like looking back at something and maybe in the moment you didn't see things for exactly how they were, but now that it's more of a reflection period, you can honestly take a look at the event and maybe see things that you didn't see before. Communication is a big thing with this too, being honest and communicating. If this reunion is going to work out, I feel like communication is going to be key. So if you're hoping to maintain that relationship or reunion, do be focused on communication and honesty. We also have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of worry. You see this person is quite literally sitting up in bed worried about something. This is nightmares, anxiety, grief, depression. There's something future focused you're worried about, and I think you knew that it wasn't going to work out exactly the way you hoped it to. Again, I don't see like relationships ending here or something. If there's some event you're like, oh, is this going to play out the way I wanted it to? And I don't think it does, unfortunately, Aquarius. So just be kind of cautious of that Tower moment and something potentially not working out exactly the way you had it planned. On top of the Tower card, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. Again, another one of those really long-term good cards. You have two really wonderful long-term cards here. So again, although the Tower card isn't exactly what we want, this is going to end up really nicely for you. The Tower is always taking us to where we need to go. Now we're going to take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Perspective. So definitely gaining some new perspective on something going into the month of August. But let's clarify and see what messages we've got here. Perspective is always good. The more we know, the smarter we are. Let's see, kicking off with the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of award, recognition, good news, success. We've had some really stellar success cards blended into this reading, so love to see that. Again, this is more celebration, victory, award. Like to see that for you. Definitely a month of success going into August. The next card we have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak, depression. This could also be like divorce or loss or even illness or surgery. But more often than not, when I see the Three of Swords, this is about some sort of healing that needs to happen. And again, I do think this ties back to that card of reflection, where it's like reflecting on the event, and now you can view the event honestly. And it's getting that new perspective, but that new perspective is giving us the ability to heal. So I really like to see that. And then at the bottom, we have the Two of Cups. This is a card of love, very deep love, romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. I did mention I feel like some of you could be going into some new, really long-term healthy relationships. Some of you are already in them, but this could also be leading to proposal or marriage. But nice way of healing, and definitely some success in that healing, success in the relationship. Both things we like to see. Our first clarifying card is the Knight of Swords. This is very much so, again, that horse and rider moving quickly. This is like a quick win, a quick recognition, a quick success. So you're going to get some sort of quick win going into the month of August. The next card is the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of patience, waiting, delayed success. This healing hasn't happened yet for some reason, but it does feel like now is the time. But it's almost like you didn't even know this healing needed to happen before the month of August. And then at the bottom we have the Empress card. The Empress card is a card of creation and abundance. I'm not surprised to see this paired with such a deep love and partnership card. Really wonderful to see that as well. This could also be a card of pregnancy and fertility. So if you're hoping to grow your family, maybe that's the next step in your relationship outside of proposal or marriage. Overall, really wonderful card for you there. Now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions, Aquarius. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 10 of diamonds. This is number 8 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the 9 of spades. This is number 41 card. That's a yes. And for question number 3, we have the Queen of Clubs. This is number 40 card. That's going to be yes. So no, yes, yes for you, Aquarius. We're going to take a look at a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of August. Keep it in your pocket, put it on your nightstand, keep it on your desk at work. The card that the crystal that you have is amber, which is good for creativity, warmth. It gives you really childish-like candor and really gives a lot of happiness and joy, all wonderful things. And last but not least, we're going to end our reading with a healing note. Your healing note says, "The only courage that matters is the kind that gets you from one moment to the next." Thank you so much, Aquarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly and you'll be notified when I post future videos. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Aquarius, and I hope you have a wonderful August.